There's Maniacal Michael. He's back in nature again. Yeah, back on them trails. This is a different set of trails. That little sign I showed you there, Lois Creek Recreational Trails. This is an area of land that's relatively undeveloped. That's near my shack. And it's just crisscrossed and laden with all sorts of little paths, either from the animals and followed, of course, by the human animal with his or her bicycles and motorcycles and all sorts of weird stuff. It's supposed to be pretty much pedestrian-only thing now, and cyclists, but the odd quad gets in here and motorcyclist. What the heck, eh? As long as they don't run me over. Anyway, I'm just about to head out of that other little spot that I showed you where it was all clear-cut pretty well. Selective logging, whatever they want to call it, into a more dense brush type atmosphere. And in this area, there's some toothy gits that like to make their presence known. I mean, they live here too. However, I don't want to have an encounter with one of those things, so in case I do have an encounter with them, I have come prepared. Ta-da! Bear guard. Yeah, you think, what's that? Little can of pepper for the thing. Make me a little more palatable to the bear, right? Get hold of this stuff, spray it. Of course, it'll blow back on me. And then the bear will say, hey, how about that? A treat. We've got a little a pepper steak going on here. Anyway, I'm going to pack this stuff and hope like hell I don't run into one of them toothy things. And if I do, hopefully this will work if I need to use it. I've lived here for a long time in this area. I've walked these trails a lot of steps. And so far, I haven't had any major confrontation with our four-legged brothers, the bear. Had a few close calls, but nothing that I felt to the point that I had to whoop this sucker out and do anything with it. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you see. It's going to be on my pack and ready to go. Okay, here we go. Here it is, the 1st of May. 1st of May, okay? Yeah, let me reiterate that. 1st of May, and some areas there's still some snow sitting on the ground. Zippity-doo-dah, eh? Somebody put more snow here than I thought. I'm sure glad I didn't bring my bike today for this mosey, which was the plan. I would have not gotten very far. Hopefully this is the extent of the snow-laden trails in the Lois Creek Recreational Trails network. This is one of those eeny, meeny, miny, mo intersections. So I've got two bells mowed as I'm moseying along. There's one of them. Live in action. Where is it? There it is! Sneaking in there. Two bells doing their thing. And the reason for that is, hey, you got it. Them bears. What the hell's this? I think somebody pushed the Trans-Canada Highway through here. What's going on? So you remember those TV commercials? They said, don't leave home without it. American Express? Well, I'll tell you what you don't leave home with. This. Don't leave home with that, bud, or you'll be wiping your ass with those things. Yeah, that'll feel nice. So, let's see. Here we are at the little T-spot. As you can see, that little sign there actually says T-spot. Let's see if I can get a close-up view of that. Yeah, the T-spot. Somebody handcrafted in leather. Amazing, eh? And this old sign. It's so old it's petrifying and cracking. T-spot. Here's a bit of a view. Just so you see, I think at one time, this view is really quite pretty. Splendid, as they would say. Except, over the passage of time, these itty-bitty little trees must have grown up and obscured it. Like I say, all natural junk. Somebody's fashioned a bit of a bench and a little stone fireplacey thing. Of course, you don't want to use it at this point in time. About the only fire that's going to be happening is my cigarette lighter, or cigarette pipe lighter. Anyway, this is what I got on hand today. From my little corn cob, poof, and my dirty old pipe cleaner that I just shoved in there so when I load her up it doesn't come up that little bore. And then I've got the little acrylic stem, and I'm going to use this. It's already been used once, but what the heck. And the reason I'm using this today is I've been finding that inside here, where am I? There I am. Inside there is some of that old port mild tobacco, and you can see that black stuff. I think is out of the Frog Morton tin, and I think I added some amphora full aroma to that. So it's just a little wee bit of a baggie that I was stuffed in there to try to really ease up on that old port stiffness. And of course there's one of them crazy flex lighters by Colibri, and that the universally accepted and used check tool for the pipe cleaning. Anyway, that's what's on the go today. I'll tell you, I really like smoking outdoors, and this little tea stop is a pleasant stop to come by and sit down a spell, even though I'm standing right now. But adding the little medico filter, like I say, it seems to take the edge off of that harshness that the old port tobacco blend seems to convey. Yeah, it's mean stuff. It's got some claws, and with the other two tobaccos that I mixed in with it, Full Aroma and the Latakia, that stuff, that also seems to cut it back a little bit and make it quite nice. So one of the questions I had for you smokers out there that have been doing it for a while, or even if you're a newbie, I suppose, and if you have bought one of these little wind caps for your pipe, and if you've used them, what did you think? So that was the one question I had, was about the wind caps. The other one wasn't really a question, I suppose. It was more about the medical filter and adding it to my smoke. Is it Laughter 1099? Yeah, I think it's Laughter 1099 who was asking the question about filters and whether or not something about Americans hating filters or not disliking the use of filters or something. I only know two smokers, and I don't know them pipe smokers, and I don't know them very well. That's local here in town, and neither of them use filters. I better get this thing puffing. Flame on. So anyway, I think I'm going to sign off, because that's all I'm doing is huffing and puffing and huffing and talking out my AW, so I think I'll be on my way. But anyway, boys and girls, I want to wish you happy smoking, and if you're getting out there in nature, and I'd strongly recommend it because it's lots of fun, have a good time, and watch your step, you know. Don't want no bear to eat you. Bye-bye.